Hello, welcome to Dungeon Drawers Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. So today we're reviewing a horror film, though I would call it more of a psychological horror film. Magic 1978. It's an hour and 47 minutes long. It's directed by actor Richard Attenborough, who you'll know from Jurassic Park. He was the old guy. And the movie stars Anthony Hopkins as Corky Withers, and also as the voice of Fats. Burgess Meredith from Rocky plays Ben Green. Ann-Margret plays Peggy Ann Snow. Ed Lauter as Duke. David Ogden as Steers Todson. And Jerry Houser as the taxi driver, who he was in a film called Slapshot, which I reviewed on this channel. So this movie, for people who don't know, it's about this guy named Corky, who's a failed magician, who was the apprentice of a legendary magician called Merlin, not the real, wizard Merlin, but just a magician named Merlin, who's very good at magic tricks, but has basically low self-esteem, which not an uncommon trait for a showman, but he's not very confident in himself. So he goes on his first he does his first act at a place and he bombs horribly, right? A year later he's a popular now and is about to hit showbiz big when he adopted a new act where he now uses a dummy, which he can throw his voice. Which the dummy is very similar to Otto Peterson. I think that's the comedian name, who was a stand-up comedian that had a dummy, where the dummy is very brash and abrasive and swears a lot. And he has it has this 1920s street New York street punk accent, which Anthony Hopkins' character is supposed to be American, but he was raised by a British guy, or a limey, as they say in the film. I don't know if that's racist to say. So they kind of wrote in an excuse for why his voice is so weird. Cause sometimes it's it sounds American, but other times it sounds some of his Britishness comes out. So I felt like they wrote that in to to excuse his fucking accent in the film. Sorry for swearing, right? Which the main drama of the film is basically he before he can go on TV, he has to pass some health exams, and he doesn't want to do it because he's afraid he's going to be exposed for being crazy, right? And when he gets really nervous, he can't help but do the Fats voice, and to the point where the movie makes you think that either he has split personality or dissociative personality, or the doll is possessed. It's not 100% clear. Which he goes into hiding, rents a cabin that's owned by his ex high school sweetheart, who's married to Duke. While he's staying there, Ben Green finds him, and Corky kills him using the dummy as a blunt weapon, and tries to get rid of the body by dumping it into the lake. Turns out Burgess Meredith was just lying in wait to choke him out in the water, but ends up drowning. And then he gets Duke shows up, who's the husband of Peggy Ann, and he kills Duke because he wants to run away with Peggy Ann Snow. And I don't want to spoil too much, but you have this murderer puppet Well, it's not. It's the thing where the second kill in the movie, which there's not a lot of kills in the movie because there's not a lot of characters in this film. It's not 100% sure if the second kill, if it was uh, our character Corky or Fats, because it looks a lot like that Fats killed him, but then you see like, oh, he was like behind. He just walked in, but like he could have like hit. But we could have an unreliable narrator, right? So it's not 100% clear if our character's crazy or the puppet is possessed. And yeah, there's also the puppet gives our Corky character ultimatum that he has to choose the girlfriend. He has to either kill the girlfriend or like lose the puppet. Which there's a very funny scene where like there's a very tense, almost kind of funny in a dark sense kind of way scene where like Burgess Meredith's character wants like Corky to go 5 minutes without using the Fats voice, and it goes into real time, and he couldn't make it, and he got into like four I think he got to like 4 minutes and 20 seconds, and he just broke out. So the movie, it's one of those movies where it's kind of a slow burn at first, and the main meat of this movie is Anthony Hopkins' performance as Corky and Fats, which apparently Anthony Hopkins was doing some method acting where he had the puppet. He went into like seclusion, brought the puppet with him. But after like 24 hours, he called the studio or whoever, the director, and told them to come and pick up the puppet, or he would smash it. Which Richard Attenborough had to come and pick it up, right? So yeah, I gotta say, like I said, the movie, the meat and bones of this movie is Anthony Hopkins' performance. And if you're not a fan of performance-led movies where there's not really a lot going on, because this movie, yeah, it inspired Possum, which is a 2017 dark fantasy psychological horror film. But I feel like that movie, if you want to see a psychological horror film with a puppet, Possum is probably a better movie. Because it has like dream-like sequences, nightmare-feel like fucking scenes, and the puppet in that film is scary as fuck looking. And that film had like a better ending, a more like more cinematic ending. For this movie, the ending is a little like and there's a twist to it, but it's not that great of a twist, right? Yeah, this film, like, it's the thing where, like I said, like, twice already, the main meat and potatoes of this movie is the Anthony Hopkins performance, and there's not else much going on. So, unless you're a fan of performance-led movies, this movie might come off a little boring. So I'm only giving the film, like, a 6.5 out of 10. But if you're a fan of Anthony Hopkins and like creepy puppets, definitely check out this film. Which there's a very creepy scene where Anthony Hopkins goes to murder somebody, and he's dressed like the puppet. His hairstyle, he combed his hair to look like the puppet, and even his facial features look wooden as fuck. Man, that scene was very creepy. Yeah. So yeah, if that sounds like your kind of movie, check it out. It's on BitChute. On Critical BitChute channel. Guys, if you love the movie, you should support the official movies. Alright, guys.